Then Priti Patel, Shadow Foreign Secretary.
Speaker. Last month, the Foreign Secretary held an unpublicised meeting in Munich with Wang Yi, which we only know about because the Chinese Communist Party boasted that she told them that the Prime Minister, Keir Starmer's visit to China, was a complete success with fruitful results in terms of UK-China relations. So can the Minister, on behalf of the Foreign Secretary, confirm whether or not human rights of those living in Hong Kong were raised? And with Jimmy Lai languishing in prison, the CCP looking to toughen up the Hong Kong national security law, and Hong Kongers living in Britain with bounties on their heads, as we've heard today, on what basis was the Prime Minister's visit a complete success, given how little the UK got? It was a complete failure, wasn't it?
Mr. Speaker, my right honourable friend, the Foreign Secretary, had many meetings with counterparts on very important issues of national and international security in Munich, and indeed raising a number of issues, including on Jimmy Lai. But let me just say, Mr. Speaker, that in the 14 years that the opposition were in charge, they had almost as many different policies towards China during that time. They talked about state threats, but delayed the essential reform of our outdated security laws. And in May 2021, Mr. Speaker, the Shadow Foreign Secretary launched her consultation on the new legislation, but it took more than 2 years to get that new National Security Act passed into law, leaving our country without the powers needed to prosecute such cases.
Priti Patel.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Well, clearly the Minister's desperate and having to go backwards rather than move forward to address the situation now. And for her information, China oppresses Hong Kongers, refuses to free Jimmy Lai, supports Russia and Iran in their barbaric actions to undermine freedom and democracy. These are issues that the government should actually take a grip of now. They plot, they spy, they undermine our own security. But rather than kowtowing to China, when will her government wake up and deal with the threat posed by the CCP and put China on the enhanced tier of furs? And when will she start taking some action and expel CCP diplomats to show our disgust about their appalling actions when it comes to transnational repression?
Mr. Speaker, the government has not made any decision yet on whether China will be added on the enhanced tier, but she will know that we condemn in the strongest terms the politically motivated prosecution of British citizen Jimmy Lai. This remains a priority for this government, and she is fully aware of that.
Mr. Speaker, the member for Hackney South has just raised a particular case that I'm aware of, and I don't want to steal her thunder on the issues of it. But I will say there is a real issue here with what is happening in Hong Kong. They have trashed the Sino-British Agreement. They no longer use common law. And at the end of it all, they are abusing every single system. When is the government going to deal with these deficiencies by sanctioning somebody? America has sanctioned many people, many other countries have too, but the UK that used to run Hong Kong has sanctioned absolutely nobody. Surely we should do so now.
Mr. Speaker, the right honourable member will be aware of the concerns we have that indeed in relation to China's breach of the Sino-British Declaration as well are laid out clearly in our report, our 6-monthly report on Hong Kong. There will be a further report coming shortly, but let me just say that Hong Kong is required to ensure, for example, that national security legislation upholds rights and freedoms as is set out in the Basic Law. And indeed, we have repeatedly called on Beijing to repeal the national security law and release all individuals charged under it.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Following on from that question, bounties have been placed on the heads of pro-democracy activists living in Hong Kong. A shocking act of transnational aggression. Can I add my voice to the one from the right honourable member from Woodford Green and Chingford to say, when will the government use our Magnitsky sanction regime against those in Hong Kong and Beijing responsible for the unacceptable targeting of Hong Kong democracy campaigners? It is time that we use those sanctions.
I thank the Honourable Member for her question, and she will know that any attempts to coerce or intimidate or harm those in the UK by foreign governments are utterly unacceptable. Indeed, these arrest warrants and bounties encourage reckless behaviour on UK soil, and they damage Hong Kong's international reputation. And it is important that we continue to address these issues, and indeed we will be looking further at the situation when publishing our 6-monthly report on Hong Kong soon.
Adam Thompson.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Many people who have come to us from Hong Kong have made their homes in Long Eaton, in my constituency. Their children are thriving in our local schools, new businesses are being established, and a vibrant community is taking shape. Could the Minister outline what further steps the Government is taking, working in partnership with local councils and members of this House, to support the continued integration of Hong Kongers into our towns and communities, and to ensure that those who have chosen to settle in Long Eaton feel fully welcomed as part of our community?
Mr. Speaker, I thank my honourable friend for his question and indeed his work in his constituency. And I'm proud the UK has welcomed around 200,000 Hong Kongers since 2021, and we will unequivocally continue to uphold our commitment to them. As he will know, their contribution enriches our economy and our society, including in Long Eaton, and we remain committed to ensuring they feel safe, supported and valued. Indeed, for 5 years, the Welcome Programme has delivered successful integration for the BNO community, and mainstream provisions will continue to be available.
Francis.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. In addition to the situation on the ground in Hong Kong, there remains evidence of transnational repression being taken against Hong Kong nationals living overseas, including here in the United Kingdom. Could the Minister provide an update on the work being taken across government departments on this issue and the measures she is taking to end the deliberate targeting of opposition voices here in the UK?
Mr. Speaker, any attempts by foreign governments to intimidate or to harm critics overseas are unacceptable. Freedom of speech and other fundamental rights of all people in the United Kingdom are protected by law. Ministers have raised these issues, including the arrest warrants placed on individuals in the United Kingdom by Hong Kong police with the Chinese authorities. And it is important to note that training and guidance on state threats activity is now being offered to all 45 territorial police forces across the United Kingdom.